All right, here we are again. We're going to talk about answer the public data and vidIQ data and how you can improve the vidIQ data so it looks a little bit more like answer the public. And I'm going to show you why I like the answer the public data so much. So let me get my screen over here. All right, we are not in a database today. Rather, we are in Microsoft Excel. So if I can get my mouse over here, this is a spreadsheet showing the answer to public data, and I'm just opening up the CSV file, and I'm showing it here in Microsoft Excel. So this is just the unedited, the raw data, which comes. This is just the export from the answer to public website, and this is for the topic of the keyword vacation. And I love that from answer to public that for every row returned, for every row, it shows you what the keyword is over here. That's one thing that I really like about Answer the Public. Secondly, I really like these two columns, modifier type and modifier. Modifier type here shows these are the questions. Here are vacation days paid, are vacation rentals good investment, are vacation clubs worth it? Are vacation packages worth it? So these are all, as you can tell here, questions. Modifier lists what the first word is here. So this starts with are. Here they start with can, as you can tell over here. So if we scroll down, these are questions which start with the word how. How vacation pay works. How vacation time is accrued. How vacation pay is calculated, how vacation pay works, BC, etc. So I like that here. Here comes what. So I really like that on Answer the Public, they label the data. So these are still questions. Modifier type is questions. Modifier is what. And you get these guys over here. So you know that these are the questions. So if you want to query on just the questions, then you get this data over here. Then when you come down, these are the ones that end with which, start with which. These are the ones that start with who. These are the ones that start with why. Then here come the prepositions. And then the modifier is can. Here the modifier is for. So I love how the data from the Answer the Public website is neatly organized and labeled and categorized for us. Here, the modifier is here is. These are prepositions, right? Prepositions here, near, to. I just love that about Answer the Public. Vacation to Hawaii, vacation to Greece, vacation near Bangalore. Here, with, vacation with friends, vacation with an artist, vacation with a baby. But these are prepositions. Or without, and, like. These are comparisons. Now come the comparisons. So if you want to do a video on here, like with the comparison, vacation and sick leave, vacation and leisure, vacation like Hawaii, vacation like a billionaire, vacation or holidays. These are comparisons. Or versus, okay, vacation versus holiday, vacation versus here staycation, vacation versus trip. Here just VS. And here come the alphabeticals. So those are the comparison. Now come the alphabeticals. So then come and then come the letters. These are all the alphabeticals. So what I really love about the Answer to Public data is when you get it, and here at the bottom is related. So this is just about everything else, right? I just really love about Answer the Public how the data is neatly categorized. It's labeled. Plus, it's done in such a way that it's easy to import the data into a database. This is what I originally typed in on the Answer the Public website. It's just the word vacation. So that's highlighted everywhere. So if I import this into a database and I import another search for something else, like I have over here, I have Easter. So if I, come on. So if I import something else like Easter, or if I import, let me see, I have something else over here. If I hear St. Patrick's Day or another topic, what I'm saying, I can put everything in one database and I can easily query or sort because on keyword, because Answer the Public already fills in the keyword for me using this keyword label. And I really like that about the Answer the Public data that you get. So you can tell right off the bat that the data coming in from the Answer the Public website, the data that you export, is in the format, it's already done in the format of a database just by looking at these columns: modifier type, modifier suggestion, language, region, keyword. I normally don't look at the language and the region columns that much, as long as it's in English. But of course, what really matters to me is the suggestion column. That's what the heart is of the data. But for me, what's so important, these two, modifier and modifier type, that I can query on and just get the questions, or just get the comparisons, or just get the prepositions. So if most of the time for like YouTube video topics, all I just want are just the questions. I don't want the comparisons or the prepositions. I really don't care about those. I just want this stuff. Just give me the questions. So it's nice that the data already comes formatted that way. Now, in comparison, if I just minimize this data over here, this is the data from vidIQ. Now, this is the raw data. So I have not changed, I have not edited. This is just coming straight from the CSV file and importing the data straight into Excel. Now, don't get me wrong, I love vidIQ. I think their app, their plugin that you can get for the browser is fantastic. I think especially for the data that you hear, the viewer data, related score, search volume, competition overall, I think this data is extremely valuable. I just really love that you can search and sort by these numbers: search volume, year, competition, overall, and here by related score. I think that is extremely valuable. Uh, that is very good information. Everybody uses that to determine which keywords they want to use on their videos, which tags to use. You know what I'm saying? This is extremely valuable information. Uh, these four columns over here are very, very, very useful over here. But again, if you take this little spreadsheet here and if you add this to a database with other keywords, first of all, I'm going to run into the problem, because I'm going to be like, oh, what was this search about? Now, I have this labeled down here at the bottom on the tab in Excel. So I would need another column where I would say, oh, the keyword or the keyword searched was vacation, which usually in vidIQ is like the first item over here. So I would have to put that over here as like a keyword searched column, which I ended up creating on my database. Keyword, I already have a keyword column here. So I called it keyword searched, and I put over here for all of them vacation, all for all these over here, because that's how vidIQ puts it. It puts like the first item. This is the item that you type into the search bar on the vidIQ on their plugin. This is the first one over here. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is what I really miss which we do have on the answer to the public, is these two columns, the modifier type and the modifier. So if I come over here, I come to vidIQ. First of all, if I forget what the search keyword is, it's this one over here. I'm going to highlight this. It's the vacation. So I would have to type over here keywords searched, and I had to do this. I have to manually type it in, vacation, right? And I have to double click it and use autofill on Excel and fill the whole column and add that, right? Because that's the item that I searched on. Because if I add other data from other searches to this spreadsheet, it's going to get messed up with other searches, which are not about vacation. There's something else. They could be about this guy, spring break, or they could be about this one here is about travel, or it could be something else. And then I'm going to forget, oh, what was this data for again? What are these numbers? What is this? What's this stuff about? Oh, it's about vacation. I can't always be looking at the very first column, because these would be over here. These would be the column headers over here. Let me put this in a different. These were that's a bad color. These would be the column headers in gray. But once I start scrolling, it's going to be like, oh, what's this data about again? Oh, I can look over here. Oh, this is all vacation data. You know what I'm saying? And when I have a database with thousands of rows, I wouldn't know anymore. If I want to just get the vacation data, I need to have a column where it repeats the vacation data over here. So that's, first of all, the first thing that I'm missing. The second thing is, okay, I have these statements, vacation this, vacation that. Okay, now let's say if I want to know some of the questions. So where you want to go, ready or not, this could be a question. Where to go? There's a question. These are all statements. These are all related. Are there any more questions in here? So if I have to manually go down the whole list and search for questions, now I can't do it in vidIQ, but then I have to run another search, because vidIQ has like 3 different tabs. One is for just the keywords, one is for matching on vacation, and one is for questions. So on vidIQ, I have to run 3 different searches to come up with 3 different types of data for the same keyword. And not only that, when I save all those files, vidIQ names all the files that you import from the vidIQ app. They name all those files almost identical. So, and that's where Answer the Public does a great job as well. If you have a, if you do a download of files about vacation, you get one file from Answer the Public, and it's called vacation, like research something. But from vidIQ, you have to get 3 different files, and all 3 files have almost the same name. And so just by looking at the file names, you can't tell what the data is in those 3 files. You have to open the files and glue them all together, or you have to do a bunch of work just to get all the vidIQ data in one place. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of a pain in the neck too. You have to open up the files and format all the data and put everything in one big spreadsheet before you can actually work with the data. And that, in my opinion, that's another weakness. So first of all, what I'm missing here is this. Is modifier and modifier. I'm missing these two columns, sincerely. I'd like to know from this data here on vidIQ, what are the comparisons, what are the prepositions, and what are the questions? Um, I can't tell, and I would have to go through all the data, and here I got 100 minus the heading, I got 195 rows of data. And if I have to manually go through the whole thing, that's a pain in the neck. So that's something that I wish that vidIQ would take care of. I wish they would have done differently. Then again, at vidIQ, the cheapest vidIQ subscription is $10 a month, and the subscription for Answer the Public, where you do get all this formatting and you get all this over here, the subscription to Answer the Public is $99. So clearly there is some work, there is some processing involved in the Answer the Public data, and you can see there is a logic, there is an algorithm that needs to run. There is some logic in here that has to go just to figure out, okay, which ones are the questions, which ones are the prepositions, because you could do that for a couple of rows, but here in this spreadsheet, let me, so if I scroll all the way down, I got, minus the heading, I got 393 rows. So you can't do that by hand. I mean, that takes forever to do that. And here I get it all neatly because here it's already sorted and it's all grouped together and everything, alphabetics, related, it's sorted. Here come all the comparisons. So this is the raw file from the Answer the Public website. So here it doesn't matter because Answer the Public gives you everything sorted alphabetically and grouped together by whatever the modifier type is. So it's not only grouped, but it's also alphabetically and sorted by whatever the modifier is. And then you get the suggestion. So that makes it really nice, but you have to pay for that logic. You have to pay for that algorithm. There is some kind of code involved in grabbing the raw data and processing that so that you get the data in such a nice way that you can use it so easily. So anyway, I'm presenting the data over here. I'm showing you how I would modify the vidIQ data to make it look like the Answer the Public data. Is it feasible? Is it doable? The answer is yes, it is. How do you do it? You do it using code in a database. You do it using a stored procedure in a database, and you can use it like, for example, you can do it with macros in Microsoft Access, or you can do that. You could do this using a stored procedure in SQL Server. So we're going to discuss this in the next video, and we're going to do that then. So if you have any comments, suggestions, questions, please let me know. If there's a topic you would like for me to cover in the next video, please list it in the comments or send me an email, and I'd be very happy to cover that in a future video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.